Welcome back to Pi Crypto. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at it on the daily chart, the weekly chart, some levels to watch for on the resistance on the way up, milestones to look for, just all around. So let's get right to it without further ado. On the weekly chart, looking at the bigger picture first, then we'll go in and look at the daily and the smaller time frames and see what is in store for us. So Bitcoin, nice weekly close yesterday, up almost 9% on the week. However, we've still held resistance. We wicked up right to that 21-week EMA, which is in the yellow line here. Currently battling it yet again still. So this week I would like to obviously overtake that. That level is currently, if we could close like a 52K, that would be ideal. Although it's a little bit less, it's like 51.6, 51.7. 52K, close above it, I'll be happy. And then I think our bigger moves are coming. Now, let's look at this move compared to previous moves. So look at this red candle, right? And then the green candle. Notice it's a little bigger. This is called a bullish engulfing candle. And usually that signals more upside is coming, usually. Nothing is certain in crypto, but uncertainty, all you have are the odds, and the odds simply increase when this happens. So let's go look at previous when we saw this. So look back in September, right? Red candle, a little bit bigger of a green. Bullish engulfing led to a nice rally. Okay, how about the time before that? Well, there's another red local low, and then green bullish engulfing candle led to a nice rally. So let's hope for a rhyme of history. History doesn't repeat, but it does often rhyme. So let's hope for a rhyme of the past two downwards movements and recoveries. So what we want to look for, we got that first move, check mark, check mark. Now we have to follow through, break through the 21-week EMA, close above that, do it with two candles, and then I think we'll get moving back to all-time highs in no time. So that's the weekly. How about the daily? Let's go back in and look at the daily, a little bit shorter time frames. So we're making some nice recoveries. If you're wondering what this blue line is, this is the 8-day SMA, simple moving average. This is a 21-day exponential moving average. So usually you want your blue on top, your shorter time frames on top, and you'll get pullbacks when prices are super bullish to that 8-day or 8-week SMA, depending on what time frame you're looking at. So this are probably my if I had to only pick two, moving averages, this would probably be it. For when prices are bullish. For bearish, there's a couple different ones, and you can use, there's 10 of them that people like. Not one is necessarily better than the other. These are just my personal preference, so take that with what you will. So as you can see here, we broke above. This is what we'd like to do with the weekly scale too. So we broke above it, closed several candles above it, held it as support, the 21-day EMA, and now we're attempting to lift off again. This is what we'd want to look for. How about for resistance? When can we expect some resistance? Well, you could look at the Fibonacci and all that good stuff, and those are definitely have a time and place. And there's a lot of YouTubers that use those. I tend to focus on more support and resistance. One, because it's simpler to explain to newcomers. And then also, there's plenty of people that do Fibonacci retracement. So let's go look at one of the best people that do that, in my opinion, is CoinSkid. He's given me lots of help over the past year since I've started. So I would recommend, if you're not following him, it's a no-brainer. Okay, he's very technical analyst, very accurate, and very calm demeanor. Excellent guy. Go check him out now. If you haven't, I'm assuming everyone watching me has watched him. Okay, he has much more of a following than I do. But let's see, where could we possibly get some resistance at? Well, I would say right in this area. Why? Well, look at when we broke through it, support, right? Support for these. This is on the daily scale. So 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Even got some wicks back down to it, and then we came back down to it again, that same level, back in November. It fell right down to this, closed that candle there, and then we finally broke through that. So I would say most likely that when you break a significant support level, it often will flip to resistance the next time you encounter it. So that's why the level. So what is the level? Well, you should be able to read by now, but 53.6, 53.7-ish, right in that area, I would anticipate at least some minor resistance. I don't know how big, but what we'd want to see is when we get up there, if we get up there, what else would be significant if we reach this level? Well, if we get up to 53.6, then yes, we've already taken out that weekly thing that we've talked about. The weekly 21-week EMA is only, at 51.6. That would be 2K higher. There's that red line. That would be excellent, right? Because then we potentially could make our bigger moves. You're never going to make a massive move, unlikely, until you're above the 21-week EMA, and that would do both of those, right? That would help. That would be very bigly, right? You get a double whammy. If we can get up in this area, mid 50s, excellent. So let's go see what else we got on the bigger picture. The weekly stochastic RSI is your momentum. We've been out of momentum for quite some time, right? We've been losing it since November, and we're down to ground zero. So what we want to look for next is, well, we got our cross up this week. This just updated last night, but we want to kind of wait for a conviction move up. It has to move up just like this. This would be ideal scenario right here. If we do this, break back into here, the creators of the stochastic RSI says to wait for this. So I would probably follow suit. So, because you can have some fake outs, right? We can get up here and then come back down, or just, fizzle out. See this like little cross up, and then we came right back down. So you want to wait for this move, and then you can start really moving again. Remember how low we were in July, the capitulation across all of crypto? Everything was out. Well, look at our momentum. We had no momentum. We couldn't move anywhere. And then once we finally crossed back up with Bitcoin, the rest of the market can start moving again. So this is exactly what we want to watch for going into the new year. You can see this is probably going to take another couple weeks even to get back up in this area. However, once you see this red and the blue, right? The blue is the stochastic, the red is the average of that. You want both of them right here. As long as you have both of them in that shaded area, good to go. All right, what else we got? The 5-day Gaussian channel. Right, here's that level. What else would that mean? If we could break above that, it would be huge on many different charts, right? So we have the weekly, that's a significant level. Would break the 21-week EMA, right? And then the daily, this is that support and resistance, and even showing up on the 5-day as support and resistance, right? Look at these candles, candle close, right? Candle close right at that level, that 53, 53.6, 53.7-ish level. At the same time, it's going to be the near exact top of the 5-day Gaussian channel. If Bitcoin can somehow manage to get above here and we can close a candle around 54, something like that, 55, I think we're really going to start seeing some bigger price movements, because you've taken out a significant level on several different time frames and several different indicators telling you similar things. At the same time as our stochastic RSI is breaking potentially back up into that channel, all of the things, it's like the stars aligning here where we're close. We haven't got it yet, but if all these things start happening, then the bears could go extinct, okay? There'll always be perma bears, but we'll just pet them and we'll love them with our horns, the bullish horns, okay? I don't know where I'm going with that. We'll stop now while I'm behind. All right, that's Bitcoin in a nutshell for the next, several days to several weeks to what to be watching for. All right, crypto fear and greed index, we're at 40. So we're in fear, but we're out of the extreme fear, hopefully for a while. Okay, but look at on this chart. Look at the lows, right? We're continuing to make higher lows, even as we've not made a higher high yet. I would like to make a 46 or higher. That would be good. I think we could potentially do that today at close if, prices remain kind of where they are now. So if we do get a 46 or higher, I would expect prices to continue to rise. If we come up and hit 45 and then go back down again, and we make it a lower low, then I would expect prices to have a drawback. So you can get some information on this, but it's just one thing. You don't want to ever use just one thing. You want to use a conglomerate of things, all in agreement to get your thing. So we want to look for a higher high one, and then a higher low. So if we come back down again, we want to remain above 37. That was our low, 34. So we've been doing great making higher lows. Now we just need to make that higher high and continue the trend up. So what else we got? Quote of the day. And you should be done reading. Car of the day. The Bentley Continental. We have either the coupe or the convertible for you. Which would you like? And I love the greens. 2 different greens. You don't really see these greens on pretty much anything else. Maybe some Aston Martins every here and there. But I don't know what would you pick? I don't know. I kind of like the convertible. They both have 4-seaters, so you can take the fam out. Both look pretty slick. Maybe this color on that car. I don't know. I kind of like the dark green. I kind of like the light green. All right. I'll leave it for you to pick. I'm not buying it. You're buying it. All right. I'll see you on the next one. We'll do a couple more. Maybe. If you're lucky. If prices, I'll stop.